The story's almost over now. I'm sure you've noticed. I certainly have. I almost want to apologize for the way things have gone, but not to you. I suspect you don't think you're owed one, though I wouldn't say for sure. I don't even know you, after all. Neither does she, though she imagines she does. She imagines a great many things about you and where you come from, some of them correct, most of them woefully wrong. She's just broken, you understand. She saw too much and learned the wrong lessons from it. I would say it's not her fault, but that's not true. Her actions are her own. Pain does not excuse cruelty. I saw it too, after a fashion. We are not as separate as she assumes we are. We were rent from the same soul, and one half can't hurt without the other hurting too. I know why she broke, and I sympathize with her frustration, I do. It's not an easy truth to know. I struggled with it myself for a time. She imagines that the nature of her existence means she has no meaning, and because she has no meaning, her life has no value. If I could speak to her now, and trust me, I wish I could, I would ask her why she thinks life needs meaning to have value, or why she chooses to measure value in terms of meaning in the first place, or how she measures value at all. Because I see meaning even if she doesn't. I see value. Do you? I hope you do. Like I said, the story's almost over. Okay, so, last we left our heroes, we had just gotten Salvador to unsheath one of his two twin blades and press it to the neck of Algernon Weil, his father's vizier, who had just, it seemed, collapsed in his bed and was about to settle in for a very nice nap until it was rudely awakened with knife to throat. Sal had asked, "You remember me, you son of a bitch?" To which Algernon Weil had not responded.
Excellent.
And that's where we left off. It was a really great thing to think about.
In his defense, Salvador hasn't slashed any necks yet, so that's good.
Right, but he does seem like he's gonna.
He's got a couple questions before he does any neck slashing, it seems like. So.
Right. It does seem like that. So I think, I was like, who's outside? It's like Ember that's outside, right?
Yeah, I was guarding the hallway.
Oh, that's right.
Selwyn was also outside. Ariazis was in the doorway.
Somebody could just say, "What the fuck, Sal? Why isn't someone just saying that?"
If Nyla were here, that would be exactly what Nyla would be saying. But she's not here. She's dead. She's dead.
Right. She could be watching, though, if you want.
She is definitely watching, but it'd be cool if, Selwyn or Ariazis was like, "What the fuck, Sal?"
Let's say that, Qatar is the first one, easy Sal. He literally just woke up.
Sal seems like he is willing to wait for answers, which is good. But he doesn't look like he's feeling particularly merciful once he knows what he needs to know.
Right.
That just as a reminder, the sickles that he has, he's got twin sickles, Smoke and Storm, and he's got one of them, it's bent over his neck, so it sort of follows the curve, but the point of it is digging into the side of this guy's neck. Like, at any minute, he could just yank, and then stop a whole bunch of different processes at once.
Uh-huh.
And Algernon Weil, now that he's slowly waking up, looks appropriately fucking terrified. Like, oh yeah, he recognizes Sal.
Oh yeah.
Sal, maybe we can just, tie him up for a minute. We might need him to get into the camp after we get some information. He's not gonna move.
His hand tightens visibly around the sheath of one of his sickles, and he says, And if we don't need him?
If we don't need him, we can leave him tied up and guarded. He won't escape justice.
Salvador is gripping his sickle all the time. He says, "Justice? The only justice I can imagine for him is my fucking blade in his throat."
Ember comes into the room now and looks at me and goes, "So that's not how justice works."
And I suppose you're just dying to educate me.
Not particularly interested in the lecture, no. But I won't let you sit here and kill this man.
All of my memories. He helped my father raise the Anaren Glade, and then he took all memory of it from me.
I know what pain is. I know you must be going through a lot. I sympathize. You trust me. I have had everything taken from me. You think I love that my husband is gone and I can't seem to get him back? That he is here, but he is not?
Maybe we should fucking take a knife to the throat of whoever did that to him too, then.
That is not how this works.
Also, we know who did it. It was Shemeshka, but okay.
And what about you, Ariazis? I know you wanted to fucking tear her apart. You're telling me that you're changing your mind now? You don't want to see Shemeshka burn? Aldenon in the background is like, who the fuck is Shemeshka? What's happening?
He's like, what's happening? They're arguing while he's got like Ariazzi's like her. You can see like her whole arm like tense, like she's flexing her fingers, like to who knows, calm down, to whatever. And she's like, Shemeshka ruined my life, Sal. I don't want you to ruin yours. Killing him isn't going to give back the time you spent without your memories.
No, but it'll feel pretty fucking good.
Oh, is that what you think? It's gonna make you feel good? Of course that's what you would think. It's not though, Sal. It won't. It won't make you feel better.
You'll feel better for a moment. And then you'll feel worse for the rest of your life.
Someone fucking tie him up before I cut his throat on impulse!
Ember starts tying him up.
Good job!
Yay.
Oh, he does not look like he is backed down in the least. Like, he is still sitting there with his knife out. He's ready to just go to town on this guy.
As Ember's tying him up, he's, like, looking at Ariazis and Selwyn being like, okay, you guys know this fucker, why don't you talk to him?
If only a certain rogue was here, I bet she could talk him out of it.
Right. So, which question do we want to start with first?
There is a chair in the corner of the room, which I assume Ember takes the liberty of selecting.
Yeah.
To tie him up
he does
to.
that and then ties him up, and I think I've got rope. I definitely have rope.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Order extraordinaire.
Exactly.
You have cupcakes that you still have left over from Barovia 3 campaigns ago.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
you've got rope.
I finally got rid of those. But yes, I do have
wow.
So yeah, no, I tie him up.
So once he's secured, Selwyn kind of gives a wary glance at Sal, like, okay, you're not really calm, but you're at least not with a knife to anybody's throat anymore, so maybe we're okay here. Why is Lord Porter working with Bashaba?
Weil doesn't say anything. The initial fear has worn off, and now he's just sort of gritting his teeth at you.
Would you rather I let him kill you and I use speak with dead?
Sal backhands him while you're asking.
Oh, of course.
And it makes a very decisive crack sound. You think Sal may have broken something. His something, not Sal's something, you think, maybe. Sal says, answer her fucking question! And Algernon Weil spits out a mouthful of blood and he says, how far the mighty have fallen. Didn't you serve Eldath at one point? Not any more shit for brains!
Okay, we should get back to the questioning at hand here. It does not matter who Sal's god is. What matters is that you're tied up in a chair, and at very, very high risk of death here.
And if you're not going to answer her question about Lord Porter, maybe you can tell us why you're helping him, at least.
Give me just a minute, hang on. I did write notes about this, but they're way, way back. Because, again, we've been playing this game for, 3 years.
Yeah, so long.
8.5 years now.
It's been 83 years.
God, it would be great if I had Zone of Truth, but I don't.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, if we had
Ember
a truth
does.
spell, I was like, fucking...
Ember has a fucking Zone.
Yeah, that's right, Ember does, yeah!
Yeah, I was gonna say, but okay, the thing about Zone of Truth is that it's not as... It doesn't make
I know it doesn't compel the truth, but...
Right.
Anything spoken must be the truth. Failing a
Yeah.
a charisma save, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if he doesn't want to fucking answer, that's not gonna help.
Right.
Yeah.
Aldernon Weil spits out another smaller mouthful of blood, and he says, "I'm serving Lord Porter because I've always served Lord Porter."
Really, that's it.
What, were you expecting some deep and abiding hatred of the world? I am his vizier. I have always served him.
And when someone acts in a way that isn't moral, you can stop working for them.
Oh, yes, I'm sure it would be just that simple. For me, my wife, my 3 children, I'm sure they would get out unscathed if I were to politely resign from the... Listen, he says, I don't know what you think you're going to get out of me, but I guarantee that I'm not going to divulge anything. It would be a death sentence. If not now, then later.
It's a death sentence now.
So I was like, yeah, it's a fucking death sentence now. I'm just dying for a reason to cut your fucking throat up.
You heard the crazy man. Does he look like a sane, put-together person to you? Not to me. And look,
Qatar is
I
like-
would never kill you. I am a paladin of Lathander, but...
Oh boy, oh boy.
Spiritually, Escher is like, I have seen you kill so many people. Ember
Escher is like, just manifests in the room like, that's wrong, but go off, I guess.
This man doesn't know this. Shut up. I would never hurt anything. As a paladin of Lathander, I only kill what is evil. But, I mean, I can't speak for our friend over there.
Salvador says, do you even understand what he's trying to accomplish here? You claim to be afraid of death, well, you should be more afraid of what he's doing. Do you not understand that he is trying to help a crazy goddess who's trying to destroy all matter in the universe? And that seems to catch Algernon a little bit off guard, but his face sort of screws back to impassivity a moment later.
So if you're dead either way,
right.
why not just...
We're all gonna die anyway, so, you know.
We're all going to die is not a great reason to get me to talk. Aldernon Weil says.
No, I think that's not the point. The point is that if you help us, we can perhaps keep your crazy, insane master from destroying the entire world. You said you have kids? Don't you want them to have a future?
He grinds his teeth a little bit harder.
Don't you want your wife to see another day? Don't you
So
want her not
backhands
to be...
him again.
Oh, that's...
Sal!
Answer the fucking question! He is really, really pissed. Like, he is starting to shake with anger.
Qatar is going to grab one of his hands, like, Sal.
You're trying to appeal to his sense of morality? Did you forget what he did to me? What he stood by and let happen to the Anarim Glade? There were hundreds of druids, innocent children in that forest that he burned to the ground!
We're not appealing to his morality. We're appealing to his selfish nature. He cares about his family, don't you? I turn back to him.
He doesn't say anything.
Do you want your wife to die in horrible pain and agony? Do you want your children to die in horrible pain and agony? We can stop that. You can stop that.
Roll a persuasion check, Ember Tremaine.
Ooh! First roll of the...
Ah!
First roll of 2020! Woo!
Woo!
Yeah, baby!
This session has been blessed by the Dice God. All praise his
Oh,
name.
amazing.
Praise the dice god.
Praise the Dice God.
Praise.
Aldernon Weil looks down at his lap, almost like ashamed. He says, I don't know why Lord Porter is working with Bishaba. I barely even knew that he was working with Bishaba up until very recently. It does seem out of character.
It's different. He's different than he was? Is this something that was a new development?
Don't get me wrong, he's always been a bastard, but he's never been destroy the world kind of bastard.
Just, you know, burn a little glade here and there kind of bastard.
Okay,
That's
we don't need
part
to
of
bring
this
that
whole
up.
thing. Have you tried checking him for magical influences? Is he himself?
He says, so far as I'm aware, yes. I'm an enchantment wizard. I know enchantment better than anyone else on this fucking continent. There's no magic on him that would compel him to do this. And Sal looks some furious combination of heartbroken and angry.
So what's in it for him? Any idea?
I don't know.
She must have promised him something. What do you know? What can you do? You're his right-hand man, right? What do you know that can help us? You've been privy to all of this. You know plans, you know what's going on. If you want to stop this, if you want to help save the world and save your family, what can you do to help us?
He's silent for a really long time, and eventually he says, I know that he's making a phylactery.
That's not good.
Oh, shit.
I've been helping him make it. He hasn't said why.
We know why. I look at the others.
Yeah.
Does everyone know what a phylactery is?
I do.
Selwyn definitely does.
Ember would know what a phylactery is.
Yeah, I'm not sure Ariazis would, but...
Kay does, but Ariazis doesn't?
Yeah, I think so. I was like, I don't think that's a druidy thing that she would be like, what?
Well, my rule as a DM has always been, if you, the player, know what the thing is, I don't make you roll for it. But as an explanation to our audience, within the D&D universe anyway, a phylactery is a magical artifact, typically but not exclusively used by liches. A phylactery on its own is basically just a really fancy magical vessel. And when you put in a piece of a person's body and a piece of their soul, you can use it after they die to resurrect them. After a period of time. It's usually like 3 days, but it can be as little as an hour. It depends on what the specifics of the magic of the phylactery holding it together. So yeah, if he has been making a phylactery, that would be a very good plan B.
In case everything goes terribly, terribly wrong.
Or
Well,
after...
and also to get the thing.
Right, you have to
Yeah.
sacrifice
Oh,
everyone, including
yeah.
himself, so
Yeah.
that's how he gets out.
Yep. Okay, so we know what he's doing with that.
What is the phylactery? What does it look like?
He kind of grits his teeth and he says, he's sort of disguised it as this... He's a paladin, you understand, and they have these little vessels where they keep holy water. I don't understand how it works. And Ember, you know right away what he's talking about.
Right.
We
We have a paladin.
you call them holy flasks. Normally you have to like bless water, but if you just put any water into a holy flask, it automatically becomes holy water. They're kind of rare, but not super rare. But disguising one as a holy flask that's pretty smart.
So where is he keeping it? Is it here or is it...
I don't think he's completely done with it. I helped him make the bulk of it, but he wanted to put the finishing touches on it himself. It's probably wherever he is right now.
And you don't have any idea where that is?
Last I heard he was in Baldur's Gate, although he said he would be coming up here shortly. Probably in the next couple days.
Ember turns to everybody else and he goes, well, if we can get that, he's not going to go ahead with this ritual. He doesn't have a backup plan.
Sal says, of course, if we don't get that, the ritual doesn't get completed at all, and we can't get the artifact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Well, the thing is, either way, we're going to have to deal with the phylactery because we have no way of knowing if he finished it or not.
He's going to finish it before he does the ritual.
Exactly.
Yes,
But even if we stop him and get it ourselves, if that's still a plan that we're doing, then
we still gotta kill him.
we still have to make sure that he doesn't come back.
Well, this is a decide, I guess. So destroying the phylactery is what kills a lich, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to actually kill the body of the lich as well. But again, phylacteries aren't exclusive to liches. They do have sort of a bad reputation. Like, a phylactery in itself isn't inherently anything. It's just a magical item. But they do have a really bad rap because liches are usually the ones that use them. They're usually filled with, like, organs and shit, and it's like...
Okay. So if he completed the ritual, killed himself, and then we destroyed the phylactery, would that accomplish what we were looking for here?
Yeah, Sal would be dead, and he would be dead, and whoever this third one would also be dead, but he would not be able to come back, yes.
Okay. Anyway, we could make a phylactery for Sal?
Not easily, Aldernon says. Phylacteries take months. They're a huge magical undertaking.
Shit, we don't have time for that.
Yeah. We're already gathering an army.
Yeah, that's
Just
fine.
take out the piece of Lord Porter.
Okay. So, what else do you... I mean, so he's been running this garrison as well. And knows about the forces that are gathering, presumably. What do you know about the forces that you have here? Will they be joined by others soon?
He says, what you see in this fortress is only a fraction of what exists. Most of them right now are under the garrison.
Ah, of course.
He says that's where the door is. We drained the lake some months ago. We've been trying to get into it by old-fashioned means, but nothing seems to have been working.
Interesting.
Qatar's like, underground, of course. That's not somewhere I thought to look.
Sal
So-
says we should probably, if we can, get a look at it.
We should. We also need to
Yeah.
figure out how do we isolate? Like, what would draw Porter out? We could maybe able to use Algernon.
Aldernon.
Algernon.
Although
sorry.
I do like that you went with I did base his name
It's
on
really easy.
yeah, Flowers for Algernon. That was
Yeah.
what I was thinking about when I made the name, yeah. And that is an extremely nerdy reference, and we've alienated like half of our audience with it. So.
And one of your players.
Right, and yeah, I was like 2. I'm like, I don't get it, whatever, I don't
Flowers of Algernon is a beautiful novella. Everyone should read it.
Beautiful.
It's
It's
beautiful.
Yeah, I mean,
What?
so the question is there a plausible way? I turn back to Aldernon. Aldernon?
Algernon, not Algernon, the fictitious mouse. No,
The sweet, fictitious
the
mouse.
sweet, wonderful
no.
fictitious
Oh,
mouse.
no!
Oh, I know what you're talking now.
You know Lord Porter probably most. You've been his right-hand man for a very long time. If you were to call and say that something came up and you have a feeling that there's something wrong with the phylactery, would he come?
Well, he has the phylactery right now, so I don't think that would work. But as for what would draw him out, and he kind of looks sideways at Sal, and Sal sort of crosses his arms over his chest. He says, he wouldn't be opposed to the opportunity to capture you again. He's been obsessed with it.
Of course.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, it's not a good idea.
Yeah, so we're going to use Sal. Ariazi's just like, wait, we're going to use Sal as bait when we already know he's going to have to die. Seems, really bad idea.
Sal says, I'll do it.
That's not the question.
It
Says,
really wasn't. Yeah.
We need a way to draw him out, right? I say we do it.
I agree with him.
Qatar's like, I don't like it, but I don't see another way either.
I
And
say we
Ariazi's
have-
like, oh, Dad!
I think, hear me out on this one, guys. As I turn to the rest of the group and I'm like, if we have Algernon send a message to Lord Porter saying that he thinks Sal is near, that might be the best way to draw him in.
Sal says, I agree. We might be able to catch him without the bulk of his forces, perhaps. We know
Yes.
most of it is marshaled here, but there's also the army of demons that destroyed Silvery Moon.
I'm looking around at the rest of the group. Yes, no, nod your head.
Selwyn looks a little sick, but I mean, she doesn't have anything better.
Yeah, I don't have any better ideas, so
Okay, I turn back to Algernon and say, get to work crafting that letter. Well, I guess we have to. Actually, never mind. Somebody else should write the letter and he'll sign it.
Sal says, and then afterwards,
We will wait.
He
see
says,
how
"Are
this
we-"
plays out?
he says,
And see if he can help us further.
he says, y'all are done interrogating him, right? Like, we've got the bulk of the questions out of the way, because I have one quick follow-up question.
I don't.
Put the blade away.
Were
Yeah.
you there? He asks Aldernon. And Aldernon's face is impassive. He says, were you there when the Anarin Glade burned? Did you watch? Were you standing at my father's side unmoving while a sacred forest full of innocent men, women, and children was burned to the ground? Were you present for that? Algernon still doesn't say anything, and Salvador, like, the longer he doesn't answer, the angrier Salvador gets.
Qatar is going to reach out for him. The hand that has the blade. Sal.
It's an innocent question he should be able to answer, right? Did you or did you not stand by and watch while my entire home was destroyed?
Ember's looking at Ariazis and Selwyn being like, guys.
Like, I am limited in what I can do. Like, I am not strong. I am.
Yeah, but you can try to talk to him.
You could. Qatar's trying. He's like literally physically trying to hold on to him like,
Yeah,
don't
I mean,
do
Ember-
that.
Yeah.
Ember's gonna step between them, but
Oh.
Ember doesn't know Sal
Yeah.
what you guys do.
Right.
And actually, I have a second part to that follow-up question, Sel says. After you were there and after you watched it burn, how did you feel when you wiped my memory of it? Did it feel like absolution to you? Or did it feel like getting rid of a bad mistake?
Sal, I know this is a lot, but this is not... We need him. We need him until this is over.
We need him at least until he can sign a fucking letter. After that, I can't imagine a single goddamn reason why he should be alive.
Sal, revenge won't change anything. It won't change anything. Just the other night you were talking with me about what happened in Silvery Moon. Do you think I don't feel the same way?
He says, do you mean to not get revenge on Bashaba? For what she did to you? We had the opportunity to destroy her.
For the sake of the world, it's not revenge, Sal.
Oh, right, so as long as you dress it up with the right reasons, it's fine? Death is death, murder is murder. You've spent months making my pacifism feel like a burden on you, and now the one time we can take out real justice on someone who really deserves it, you're telling me that my reasoning isn't good enough?
Do you remember that temple and what you told us? Sal, you changed us. Don't let him change you.
He already changed me. He reaches into his bag and he pulls out this crumpled, blank parchment and he throws it onto the nearby desk and he says, write your fucking letter.
He does need to write the letter, so Ember's gonna untie him. But I think as he unties
Ember,
him,
who has no baggage in this situation.
Right, exactly.
Ember's like, okay.
I just don't know any of you. I mean, Ember's definitely he doesn't want him to kill him, because that's wrong, right?
He's lawful good, and
Yeah,
right, exactly. I was like, the paladin would be like, no thanks.
Yeah, and he will stop him, but it's just he's tried reasoning with him. It's not his friend. He's some weird little Twinkie elf boy.
I have room in my heart for only one twink.
Yes,
right,
exactly.
right, exactly.
The most important twink. So Ember unties him and he goes, write his letter, and he stands between him and Sal.
I'm trying to think back on other old throwback stuff that we can use.
Sal is going to head out into the hallway, into that little abandoned corner that was right in front of the stairs, and just take a couple breaths.
Qatar is going to follow him out.
Do you have something specific you want to say, Qatar? We could have a little aside scene.
Whew, yeah, there are a couple of things.
Just a couple
a few
things.
Here and there.
Few passing thoughts.
Right.
True.
I feel like the whole time this has been going on, Qatar has been trying to have some sort of physical contact with Sal, either trying to keep a grip on his arm or at least on his shoulder or something. He's just very nervous. This is not energy from Sal that he's the kind of energy he's seen from Sal before, and it's very, very disconcerting.
Yeah, and Sal doesn't look like he's handling
right,
any of
exactly.
this well.
When he starts physically shaking, and Qatar's like, "Oh no, that's bad."
The moment he gets out into the hallway, he just kind of hits the wall hard, and he just slides down with his hands in his hair, just trying to get a grip on himself.
Qatar sinks down to his level and is like, I wouldn't have minded if you hit me instead. I raised a tiefling, I can take it.
He almost laughs, or he tries to laugh, but honestly, it's a little much for him right now.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "You haven't done anything to deserve it, like Algernon Weil has."
It's not about deserving it, Sal. If it would help you channel this anger that you have for him, that he deserves.
I'm not a violent person. I'm just vengeful. He ruined my life. Or even worse, he stood by and did nothing while my father ruined it. I can't understand why Is my wanting vengeance for this really so unbelievable?
It's not really, Sal. It's what it's doing to you, what it's done to you, how it's changed you. That's the part I think that everyone, including myself, is having trouble dealing with.
Qatar, I'm gonna die anyway. What does it matter?
It matters to me because this is not what I want for you. This is not... Ever since I've met you, this is not who I thought you were, unless I was wrong.
He says, I know it. It's different from my usual self. That's what happens when you lose everything.
This whole thing, I know it hurts because you've lost everything. I just feel like you shouldn't have to lose yourself too. I don't want to have to lose you twice.
Sal makes this really gross sniffling sound. Like, some people are really pretty when they cry. Sal is not one of those people. Like, his eyes are bloodshot and he's sniffling. And he says, I don't know who that person is anymore. I feel like it's been so long since I've been that person.
I feel like this is the moment when Qatar just, like, gathers up this disgusting mess that
Disgusting.
Sal is,
Truly, truly vile.
just like awful pile of snot and tears and just like that is Sal.
Ah, romance.
Yeah, right, exactly. Gathers up this disgusting mess that is Sal into his arms and is just like, I know. Or I don't know really, but can't know exactly what it's like for you, but like the others said, I really don't believe that killing him as much as he deserves, something like that, is going to help you heal at all. It'll only make the wounds deeper and more permanent.
I would like to flash back into the room as, let's say Ember is standing vigil, like staring over Aldernon's shoulders, like, yes, now make sure you conjugate that verb correctly.
You didn't dot that I. Go back to the...
Are Ariazis and Selwyn talking about anything?
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, there's a lot of, like, nervous energy, or at least, like, when Sal left, it feels like Ariazis was holding her breath, and she just sort of, whew, okay, and she's, I don't know, she's, like, not pacing, but, like, fidgeting with herself, like, she can't sit still.
Yeah, that's been Selwyn's, like, week.
So how are you?
Sorry. I'm laughing.
Yeah.
How's your day been
like
going?
Yeah, how's your day been going? Yeah. I feel like, because she needs to do something with her hands, like, Ariazis just, like, reaches for Selwyn and, like, give me your hand, basically. Like, she's, like, trying to find her hand and to squeeze it.
Selwyn slips it into yours, just, she recognizes that need.
I don't know. And of course she's going to start speaking in Elvish, like, I've never seen him like this before.
He hasn't been the same ever since Cave and the Oblex. I don't know how we can make him understand that I don't feel that way. Not anymore.
He's right, though. Like, this whole time, we were yelling at him for, oh, don't hurt that innocent thing, and we did the opposite of that. So, it kind of feels like we're at fault for the way he is now. Because we told him to stop being a pacifist, and he did. Now he's going to murder this man.
Whoopsie daisy! Da-da-da!
Ember, like, looks up and is like, oh god. Just he, like, stands in front of between you guys being like, shh.
And I don't know, I was like, wait, what?
Right, we're speaking in Elvish, shush! No human
Oh, I guess to be fair, Ember does not speak. Oh no, he does. Ember speaks Elvish.
Ember totally speaks
Okay.
Elvish.
Right? But yeah, I
I've
feel like
lost
while
track.
she's talking, like Ariazis is squeezing your hand like way too hard.
Ow.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I don't know what to do. I really don't. You're right. Like,
Yeah, we made him this way. It's our fault. You're right. I think that too.
but I don't think he really believes any of it deep down. I hope he doesn't.
Just how do we get him to remember?
I don't know. I've been trying. I don't know.
Algernon eventually looks up and he says, is this good? With the letter.
I look over it. Is it good?
Get close to the fucking microphone, Amber!
Okay, here.
Reading from across the room. It's fine.
Where she's doing fucking sit-ups like a dumb jock.
Right?
Doing push-ups. Shut up.
I called
Wow.
Everyone bully Amber.
Oh god.
The letter is very brief, written hastily, and initially you think like he's trying to pull a fast one over you, like maybe the Duke will see that it's written in hastily and won't believe it. But then when you read the contents of the letter, it says, Your Grace, I think I have a lead on where your son is. He's very close. I'm going to start a task force to get him, but I could use some backup. And then it's just signed.
That seems reasonable. Yes, good.
So you're not gonna let that very angry ice elf kill me, right?
No. I don't really like you, let's be honest. But
Full of
You're a horrible
compliments.
person.
Oh, good. Thanks. Thanks.
you don't seem like a great person. But I do think maybe you've finally seen that the alternative is that everyone dies. So,
I mean, I don't super understand how that works, but okay. Again, Porter has been keeping me in the dark about almost everything.
there's an angry goddess he's in league with. Just, come on. You know that being in league with, like, a goddess of death is probably not a great, or goddess of chaos and death.
She's the goddess
Anyway,
of bad luck and misfortune, is her traditional pantheon.
bad luck and misfortune. There we go. Not a great alliance to be making, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, but he's made horrible, horrible decisions in the past, and I just,
Well, this one's going to result in horrible, horrible death. I'd tell you more, but I don't trust you not to tell other people about it. So,
Ariazis
again,
takes
you
this
are a
moment to be
huge dirtbag.
right. Exactly. We hate you, just so you know. But I feel like when Ariazis hears like, oh, he's made like terrible decisions of the past, she's like, ooh, spill the tea. Hello.
I think decisions have been setting the Dirty Glade on fire.
He says, well, I
mean-
mean, I will admit that the siege of the Anaran Glade, well, the first one anyway, that did take place after we started putting all of this into action. It came after Bishaba, so far as I've been able to tell, but he's never been a nice person. I won't get into too much detail, but let's just say Sal wasn't a planned pregnancy.
I was just going to ask what his mother saw in that absolute bastard. Good story.
Well, either way, I can't justify letting you die, and you can still be useful. So maybe think of ways to make yourself useful.
Sal sort of barges back into the room and says, so, we need to see this door, right? Trying really hard not to talk about what just happened.
Excellent. Yes,
Like,
the door.
all the stuff that just happened. Just push that delicately to the side, put that in a box.
I think this is a great plan. I'm a huge fan of compartmentalizing things and not talking about them. Let's
Wow.
go to this door. Lead the way.
He says, all right, but you should know that it is swarming with all of the Duke's men.
Well, it's a good thing you're here to tell everyone about how, oh, Sal, wear a cloak or something.
Okay. Sal pulls up the hood of his cloak, like, yeah, that's actually, yeah, okay. He pulls up the hood of his cloak.
But like he doesn't know the rest of us, so it's a good thing you're here to tell him about how we're good friends of the Dukes, and you're just giving us a tour.
And how if you won't, I will absolutely put a knife in your back. And Algernon's like, yeah, I got that impression. I picked up on that subtle, that very subtle hint.
So please don't mention that to the guards. But
Yeah.
actually, this is a good point. You know what? I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna tie him back to the chair and like motion everybody else outside.
Okay.
Real quick.
Okay. All right.
Well, just so here's the deal. Like keep my voice lowered. What's to stop him from like shouting once we get down there that we are imposters and that everybody should?
Literally nothing, Sal says quickly.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I'm in team kill him. Like,
Well,
just
that's not what
knife
we're
through
gonna
the spine,
No.
Nope.
team bleed out.
Overruled.
I mean, I have charm person, but I don't know if he'll be able to resist that.
I'm pretty
He's
sure
a
he's
really strong wizard.
Definitely
has-
will, babe.
Mechanically, he has the stats of an archmage. You can try, but
Yeah. That probably not. Don't try that, babe. Mm-mm.
Okay. Then the alternative in my mind is somebody stays here and guards him while everybody else goes.
Sal says, I suppose it would be overruled if I volunteered to stay with him.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
not.
I feel if anybody stayed, it should be Qatar.
Actually, that's perfect. You can convince Sal that like you're the best person to watch him, like because you're safe and you care about
Okay.
Sal.
How long does silence last? Because
10 minutes, 10 minutes, I believe, but you can also just gag him.
Yeah.
Right.
The old-fashioned silence spell.
Yep.
All right. So then, Qatar will be like, then I can stay.
Great. Okay, let's go back. So I go back in, and I'm like, okay, so tell us where this underground door thing is.
He grits his teeth and says, I guess you scrapped the plan of me showing you where it is.
Yeah, on second thought, I think it's much more comfortable up here, don't you?
You're a
agree?
terrible garbage man and we don't trust you, Sal says.
Oh, well, too.
We told him that already, Sal.
And he reluctantly gives you instructions. He says you have to go... The nearest entrance, you have to go through the cellar of this building, follow the... It's kind of hard to miss. It's like a 100-meter long hallway. And it's cold as hell. Just keep going that way.
Okay, and you said there's a bunch of guards. There's a bunch of guards?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Mm.
The entire... Half of his platoon is stationed at this fortress.
Does he have like a signet ring or something?
He sure does. Sal has one.
Excellent. So we could use that to get through, right? Like, could we have him sign another letter?
Yeah.
It might be a better idea. Actually, does Sal still have it? He
Yeah,
might have-
exactly. I was like, does he?
Let me double check. He might have also thrown it away in a rage at some point. I don't remember.
Probably.
Nope.
That would make.
Nope, he still has the Porter's signet ring. The crest of House Porter is
boy.
2 crossed swords over a sun. The ring is made of tarnished silver, worn on his left middle finger. Not anymore. He doesn't wear it anymore.
Of
He
course.
has
yeah,
it, but he doesn't
understandable.
wear it.
Well,
Yeah.
that seems like a pretty good way to get in, don't you think?
Sal says, I probably shouldn't wear it because, if someone
Yeah, give it
sees
to me. I'll wear it.
He gives you the ring.
Okay. I'll put it on. It
I'll-
looks amazing.
You, and because I know you are a pack rat, you fucking...
Right.
Hang on.
If you don't write it
Ariazi's
down,
like, does not
it's-
understand any of this noble shit and is just like, what?
Excellent.
I
I go over and I shake Guitar's hand and I go, "We'll be back shortly. Thank you for agreeing to watch over him."
Tara's like, why are you touching me?
Yeah, Qatar is like looking straight past Ember and just like looking at Sal, and he's like, yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't take his eyes off
Sal
Sal.
even stands out more now that he looks like an Eladrin. The frosty hair, the
Mm-hmm.
pale
Yeah,
blue
so-
tips of his fingers. Yeah.
How is this disguise? Like on a scale of 1 to 10.
I mean, as long as he has the hood up, he can kind of get away with it. Like if something draws someone's attention to him, I will make him roll a stealth check.
Mhm.
But as long as no one's really looking, it's probably not that big. It could work.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's head out.
Yeah.
All right, you leave Qatar behind to gag Aldernon Weil, and I don't know, maybe he can practice darts with his face or something like that.
somehow I really don't think that the druid's gonna do that.
I mean, I don't know. Aldernon Weil is a piece of shit, in fairness.
Right.
He is a stinky, terrible garbage person, so... I'm not saying you have to kill him, I'm just saying no one would be upset if you accidentally kicked him in a few or a dozen times, is all I'm saying.
Like, oh no, I slipped and my boot landed on his face.
He tripped and fell into the wall 18 times. Oh no!
No one could have prevented or guessed this was going to happen.
Right?
As soon as you come down the stairs, you see Drizzt, who had been standing at the bottom, keeping people from going up. How did it go?
It's
Could've gone
fine.
worse.
Everything is fine.
Wow, I literally don't believe any of you.
Good, because I wasn't trying to be believable. Let's go.
It went about as well as expected. We're trying to find now the door to the underground.
Okay. So yes, you head back downstairs, with Ember wearing the Porter Signet ring, and it's probably fine, and nothing is going wrong. As soon as you get into the cellar, which it doesn't take you long because there's really only one set of stairs in this main garrison, you see right away what Algernon Weil was talking about. Like, the cellar there's a few rows of, like, shelves full of, dried meat and cheese and herbs, like food that keeps for a really long time, and there's some of that. And then also there's this one really, really long, huge, ominous hallway, and out of this hallway is rolling this ice-cold mist, and at the very, very end is a pale blue light. And soldiers are coming and going in both directions with bales of hay and what looks like some sort of tinder, maybe? Like boxes of tinder, and you think some of those might be explosives?
That is weird.
Well, I mean, they said that they were trying to get into it, so it's not that
Mhm.
weird.
Drizzt says, alright, and he puts the hood of his cloak up, because drow tend to draw attention no matter where they are or
Oh,
what
yeah.
they're doing.
Right.
Mhm.
Ariazi looks around like, should I do something about the horns?
I don't know, should you?
What
Maybe.
can you do about the horns?
Exactly. She's like,
You can alter
We have,
self, although you've already done that a couple times, if I recall.
no, she can't. Only Qatar can.
You can polymorph.
Oh man.
Yeah. No, wait, hold on. She does not have any wild shapes left.
Lol.
Lol. Well, she's got a cloak, I guess, so she could put it over her horns.
Her extremely tall horns.
Right. I'm sure it'll be fine. She'll just be like, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just leave them out. Who cares?
And
Yes,
if someone
exactly.
gives you shit, you'll talk about how racist they are, because of course a tiefling can serve in the guard. You
Yeah.
racist.
I know.
You think
exactly.
I'll fight you.
Right.
Excellent. Okay.
Maybe let someone with better charisma do that, though. Just saying.
Maybe.
So Drizzt follows behind you carefully, his hands in his pockets, and you all start the process of trying to be super calm and chill all the
Yep.
way down this. It's got to be like a 500-foot hallway. And the further and further you get down this hallway, the colder it becomes. I'm talking seriously, bitterly, dangerously cold. Like, if you fight in this room, I am going to penalize you with
No.
condition status effects. I think exhaustion is what you use for cold.
Oh, boy.
It is fucking cold as hell. But when you do eventually get to the end of the hallway, it opens up onto... Well, you're not exactly sure what you're looking at as you stare at it for the first time. There is light coming down. The ceiling, the walls sort of slope away from you and upward. The ground is soft and sort of almost like wet mud and snow mixed together. And there is a huge gap where the ceiling should be, with light coming through at very harsh angles. And you realize after you stare at it for a little while that you're at the bottom of a lake. Or what used to be a lake, at least. It looks like it's been drained away. And far on the other side of this massive lake is a set of huge doors. They are about 50 feet tall, with various gems and carvings set into them, and at present they are surrounded by upwards of 50 different people. Scholars, wizards, archaeologists, perhaps, a few thrown in for good measure. They are all studying it carefully as people are setting up another round of explosives around these doors.
Oh, interesting.
So how close do you want to get?
I think not too close. Like just casually, still kind of skirting the.
Yeah, Ember can't sneak too well, so where's our rogue when we need her?
She's dead.
Dead.
Yeah, right. That happened.
Sorry.
Someone let her die.
Yeah, so
Let her
not
die.
too
It was
close.
an unintended consequence. I tried very deliberately to keep her alive.
So you get a little bit closer, but not too close. Not too close.
Yeah.
And the closer you get, you can see that although there are some gems set into them, you can tell. Well, okay. How about everyone who cares to roll Arcana? See what you can figure out about these doors. I'm sure Ember will get right on that.
Yep.
Arcana, a strong suit of Ember Tremaine.
That's why you have a
There we
wizard.
go.
That's why you
Right.
have the wizard, yes. So Selwyn, you can tell right away that although the gems set into the doors are quite beautiful, they are not decorative. They are there for a reason. They are spell components powering the most complicated and honestly impressive set of wards that you've ever seen. It's like, you know that awesome cleric spell that I used that one time during Curse of Strahd that Escher just had? And everyone was like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Like, that's a neat spell. It's sort of like that, except way too much. Like, someone's too much gene just got carried away with themselves. There's like 50 different layers of it, and they are hard. They're protecting the stone of the door. They're protecting the stone around the door. They're protecting the entire wall of the lake. It's impressive.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Impressive, but terrifying.
Which pretty much defines her entire lifetime of study of magic.
Impressive, but terrifying. A Selwyn story.
Right. So they're not just for shininess?
No, definitely not.
Mm.
Definitely not just decorative.
The carvings are words, although they are quite ancient and you can't make them out, at least not with your regular eyes. And you can see set into the doorway three, let's say, human arm-sized holes. Like if you stuck your human arm inside, there would be you could get up to the elbow maybe, before they would be too small to pass.
Ember's just looking around like, what the fuck is all of this?
Yeah, how are we gonna get in through all of that?
Sal says, well, this is probably why we have to get the army.
Yeah, I don't think we're not going to get in today. That's not going to happen. I'm whispering this. Can I say that I'm whispering this?
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's fine.
It's fine, yeah.
Yeah, this is a scouting mission. Remember, we're just here to look. We're not doing any of this today.
Even with the army, though,
that's a good point. There's a lot of people here.
looks like a lot.
And as you understand it, as Eldron said, this is a fraction of his forces, which doesn't surprise you too much. Like, Baldur's Gate is a major city, and if a Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate wanted to raise an army, that army would be pretty fucking terrifying.
Yeah, that's fair. Is there any way we might sabotage it now? I'm asking not the DM, but our group.
Yeah.
Good question, but how?
Sal says, well, there are a lot of explosives.
There are, true.
But if we do that, is it going to tip off? I mean, we need Porter to come here and not be suspicious. Maybe this is something that we do after.
Well, you are the one with the ring.
I'm sorry. Do you think the
What?
ring is what?
Sal says, you have his ring, and you also are a noble, and you have that kind of noble bearing about you. Maybe you could order them to do something?
That's what I was going for, yeah.
Kowtow them into it? With that noble nobliness?
I like to have a sort of, community-based leadership style.
Maybe that's not a great
Bullshit.
idea right now.
Escher from Beyond the Veil is like, bullshit! You've never thought through a single plan in your entire life!
And yet you still married him.
That son of a bitch is talking a lot for somebody who's supposed to
He's your son of a bitch, so.
He's my son of a bitch, that's true.
Vasha's bullshit sense is tingling.
Yeah, all the way from.
In the Shadowfell, Vasha says something
fortress.
like, Ember's lying about something.
Okay, let's see, what can I do here? So, there's a bunch of explosives. I don't know, I need help, guys.
Bunch of explosives, you're a noble.
I mean, we could ask them to clear the rooms that your special wizard investigator can double check the wards so that exploding this won't, destroy everybody. Unleash a torrent of death or something.
Sounds
Okay.
like, oh yeah, special orders from Lord Porter.
There we go.
We
Yeah, I
have
actually
a
really like that.
we have a new a wizard consult.
Yes.
So like slaps Selwyn on the back, but forget Selwyn is like made of paper and brittle bird bones and like knocks her over.
Okay, well, are you gonna be... I look at Selwyn, I'm like, you gonna be able to pull this off for me?
How's your charisma score, Selwyn?
I mean, out of character, it's 15.
Could be worse.
Could
Yeah.
be worse.
Okay, so that's probably fine. Okay, let's do this thing.
you're helping me, so like that should help my deception go up.
Right.
Who knows? Okay, I'm gonna walk out boldly. I look at all of you and I'm like, good plan, and I just walk out into
So it's
the
like,
middle
oh
of
my
the-
god, he's just going. Okay, well, this is happening.
You're there! Peon!
One of the peon. Wow. One of the archaeologists jumps and turns around and he says, "What? Who are you?"
Oh, fuck.
Through, did you?
Doesn't matter.
Wait, no, I have an idea. I want you to go to a fantasy name generator.
Oh
I
my
want you to
god.
hit- I want you to
Oh my
hit
God.
randomize, and you have to use that name.
Yep.
Oh,
no.
That's hilarious.
This is Ember's planning strategy.
Okay, let's see here. This is gonna be real bad.
Oh god, these are all great names.
Oh my god, I got like Strand Morninghorn. That's amazing.
I got Zerier Cussum.
Oh wow. Dukered Sage Cloud. That's pretty cool.
You have to use the first one on. It generates a list, so you have to use the
Right.
first one on the list.
Okay. You there, Peon! My name is Remem Jader.
Your name is what?
It's Remem Jader.
Please write that for us or copy
I
pasta.
will.
That's so funny.
Random Jader.
Yep, that's my name. Don't wear it
Okay, that is pronounced Ramum. I don't care what you say.
Ramum Jader.
out. I am the Lord Remem Jader. I hold up my signet ring. I have been given this ring by Lord Porter, and I'm here to perform an inspection. We have a new wizard who is here to ensure that these premises are safe.
He immediately gets a little tetchy. What? A new wizard? But what about... And he's suddenly worried about job security, you can tell.
Oh my god. I put my arm around his shoulder. Like, take him aside and I go, look, between you and me, the Lord Porter's been a little tetchy recently, and honestly speaking, do you really want, if this is an unsafe operation, for it to all be on your head? Don't you want to loop in another person here? Just
Roll
to...
persuasion, you piece of
Oh
shit.
my god! Ember!
Okay, he doesn't
Fine.
need help. He rolled a dirty
Right.
20. Ramum Jader, the most
Oh.
convincing fucking person.
The slickest little fuck. Alright.
Earl Remem Jader.
Oh boy. Mm-hmm.
So, this archaeologist sort of flinches and he says, well, I have heard rumors about his temperament. Fine, new wizard. And he says, sort of glaring at Selwyn, because, like, of all those assembled, obviously Selwyn is the wizard. Like, they
she's
stick out like a sore thumb. Like,
Right.
like there's a
Yeah.
flashing neon sign over their head that's like, wizard!
They are standing to their full height, looking down their nose as only, an elf can.
He says, all right, new wizard. If you think you could do better than the 18 months we've been staring at this thing, be my guest. And then he turns and he says, right, everyone out, orders of the Grand Duke. And everyone sort of makes this communal groaning sound like, ugh. And slowly, everyone starts to trickle back toward the hallway. Sounds like
Excellent.
I cannot believe that worked.
That went much better than I planned it to.
Ariadne's just
Wayne
like,
had her-
ram 'em? Ram 'em?
It was the first thing that came to my head.
Was it a sex joke that came to your head?
Hey!
If you think it's dirty, that's because you have a dirty mind, not me.
You went with Ramum.
Alright.
Like, literally,
Like,
if you
laughing-
introduced that name to me, I'd be like, Ramum, I barely know him. Like, it sets itself up.
Y'all wanted me to pick it from a random name generator site. That's what I did.
Don't break the fourth wall.
Right, stop that.
I thought this entire campaign was breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah.
It takes a little while, but eventually this massive drained lake is cleared out, and you are alone in a cavernous, silence-filled crater, basically, staring at this massive 60-foot tall door.
So the
Okay.
second part of our plan was explosives, yeah?
Well, maybe...
They've clearly
you
been
could do
trying
wizard stuff.
explosives.
Yeah. Or maybe you could do wizardy stuff to check out the door?
Yeah,
Oh,
do the wizard.
I mean-
do the wizardy stuff.
Yeah.
Do some wizard to it. Come on, you know.
Throw some
Wizard
magic
stuff.
at it.
What are those weird markings on the door?
Do a spell.
Right. Do a magic.
I am offended.
But also, you'll
I
do
came here to have a good time, and honestly, I'm feeling so attacked right now.
A
But
good
also,
time
you're
in the
not
middle of the
wrong.
fucking cold.
I am a researcher.
Good.
Okay, I just want to say I didn't notice it until just now, but what the third to last name on the random name generator list I got was Mom Ma.
This is
That's
amazing.
funny.
That's so good.
I am your mother!
Okay, I wish I'd gotten that one.
Okay. Well, detect magic is useless. Like,
Is it
Clearly
magical?
this thing-
Yes.
Yes. Read the thing. If you have something that can read the markings, but I don't know if you do.
I mean, I have comprehend languages, but that, well, yeah, that does allow you to understand any written language you see. I could try that.
You want to cast comprehend
usually-
languages?
Yeah.
things written on doors are usually important. Sometimes.
Yeah, I'll do that thing.
All right, you cast comprehend languages, and it's like a novel, basically. I'm not going to copy and paste a whole thing because I don't have a thing to copy and paste because it's very long. Basically, what you spend a couple minutes reading it, and what you can tell is that everything written on this door is one big long warning list of why you shouldn't open this door. Like
Cool.
it gives you the whole history of it tells you all about the War of Averil's fall, and it gives you this honestly kind of horrifying account of the last person who used the artifact that this door is hiding. Apparently there was some evil king a couple thousand years ago who used this thing and just unmade half of a continent. Like, apparently Faerun was twice as big once, but not anymore.
Oh.
Like, he was at war with the other half of the continent, and then he wasn't. And then he was tried to put on trial for war crimes, and he kept using this horrible artifact even more irresponsibly. It took basically every single kingdom in the known world to take this guy down. And when they finally got the artifact, everyone just sort of agreed to, like, put it in a hole and not do anything with it, because they couldn't destroy it safely.
So, while Selwyn is reading this, like, elf ears we've established are basically gauges of emotion. They're, like, down toward her chin by the time she gets halfway through this thing. By the time she gets a paragraph through this thing.
Right.
I know that all of them are really, really, really scary. But this is not good.
Does it say anything about how to get in?
It does, Selwyn. It says basically the final paragraph on this doorway written is like, the only way to do it is to sacrifice 3 lives from the line of such and such. Basically nothing that you don't already know. It says, spill their lifeblood into the doorway, and you can see, like as you are reading this, Sal, like, pokes his finger into one of the holes, it glows blue, and then he jerks his hand back away from it. He says, whoa.
Oh.
And then he does it again, and it glows, and he jerks his hand away. He's like, okay, well, I get, okay.
Ariaz is gonna like smack at his hand, like, stop that!
Ow! I didn't put it all the way in. It's fine. I'm just curious.
Okay,
Come on.
I know our rogue is gone, but like putting your hand in strange holes in
I
really
was
horrifying
just
places.
curious. I was just curious.
From like the afterlife, Nyla's like, geez, feels like somebody should be putting their hands in strange things right now.
Lol.
But yeah,
I'm
the
sensing-
sense you get from this is that all three of them have to put some sort of lifeblood. You think maybe like the hand would work, like the severed brachial artery would probably do the thing, but they have to do it at the same time to open the door.
Yep.
What about consequences? Like, is it going to kill everything if we try? If we do anything near it? Is it going to attack us?
The door seems to think that the artifact itself is a consequence. Like, it seems to think you'd have to be fucking crazy to want to use this thing.
Okay.
Which, fair enough.
Yeah. Right. I feel like we've hit that fucking crazy part, but yeah, okay.
We have hit the wall on crazy, yes.
Right.
So we really can't destroy it. I mean, like, we can't destroy it because we have to use it. So,
Right. Okay, so what's the next plan? Earl Ramham.
I hadn't really gotten that far, honestly, as you can tell by the name that I chose for myself.
Well, clearly they've been trying to destroy the doors. Like, you can see char marks around the hinges of the doors and stuff, which, not even a dent.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's pretty obvious that, like, the only way to open it is to do what it
we
says.
need to do.
Do the magic.
It's a giant magic artifact. There's and like they seal it. Like I'm sure like some little fucking explosives ain't gonna do shit. So I'm trying to think. What's the strategic advantage of being here? Is there any way we can trap it, or
I don't have anything strong enough to barricade people out of here.
Yeah, that was my next idea. Maybe we could make a barricade, but then we would be stuck in here, and that's bad.
Yeah, it's really fucking cold in here.
It is extraordinarily cold, yes.
also if anybody comes in here and like all it's gonna do is set people's alarms off. Like,
Uh-huh.
so and we don't need that. We need Porter to believe that Aldernon has a lead on him and get him alone. So,
But we can't open the door without all three people.
yep.
Great, Sal says. Cool. I love this. It is good, and I am eager and excited to do the thing.
Is that helping, Sal?
Yes. Shut
By
up.
telling yourself? Really? Okay, I'm sorry.
I mean, he has a right to be upset. We still need to
What
move away.
if this whole time, like while we're talking, Ember is also doing push-ups in the background? Like, let me think. Hold on. Adrenaline to the brain.
I mean, realistically, yes, that's exactly what's happening.
Sal bullies the jock.
I mean, we've established that Ember does his best thinking when he's active.
Yeah, so our plan before was something to do with explosives, like...
Yeah, like blowing up the keep? I don't know. That's not very, like, sneaky.
It's not. Also, remember, my dad's still back there, so don't do that.
Yeah, and we have no armies yet for backup.
Exactly.
There's a
And
lot of
Sal's like,
problems
oh,
with this
so
plan.
now you're fine with errant murder. Well,
I didn't
You know-
say that. I'm repeating what other people suggested as a plan, not what I agree with. Trying to come up with something else.
I feel like there's really not a lot that we can do until
Yeah.
we get our forces here and Lord Porter here.
Yeah, out of character, I literally don't think we can do anything. I
Yeah.
think we just need to strategically retreat and cuz
Yeah.
Elminster was looking for Sal's aunt.
Right,
Who-
that's what
third
I was, yeah. I
person
was like, we need all three
anyway.
people.
We don't know what
Yeah, I think the best
Porter's
play here
plan
is we've accomplished a scouting mission here. We've done what we need
Right.
to do, which is figure out what is going on figure out where the main players are and how to get Porter here, and then we just need to go back, reassemble, and get everything in the same place.
Right. I would like a long rest because Ariazis can't wild shape anymore. So you know what? Let's do that.
Sounds like a whole lot of not my problem, but okay.
Exactly. It's like, all right,
Okay.
scouting mission complete.
Okay, so let's regroup. Let's walk out of here. We'll tell the archaeologist that you found everything to be okay. Thank you very much for your service.
And then the archaeologist is like, didn't work, huh? Yeah, I could have told you that, punk. Punk ass job stealing bitch! I couldn't do it either!
Wow.
By the way, don't use magnesium against it, or you'll kill yourselves.
No. And he like stuffs magnesium into his pocket, like, shut up!
Okay, so we go back upstairs to collect Qatar.
And I would say we should also bring Wild with us.
Sal says, yeah, what are we going to do about Algernon Weil? We can't leave him here.
He's got to come
Don't
with
like
us.
the way you said that.
He's gonna come with us.
So
in
you're
the
going
jobs.
to try to drag Algernon Weil? Again, like there's nothing stopping him from screaming except the gag, and if you
Right.
try to drag him out gagged, you're going to need to pass all kinds of stealth checks.
Right.
Just so many stealth checks.
Oh. Okay.
Eh?
Now that we're back with Qatar, he can alter self into Aldernon if we need him to.
Oh, perfect. And then I'm just gonna knock out Aldernon.
And then, like, what? Put a cloak or put him in a bag? Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, because Ember has bags, body bags just on him. Sure, cool.
Does anyone have a bag of holding?
Right. I was like, I don't.
I
Also,
did not.
also, just a really quick reminder that Qatar's charisma is -2.
Hello, yes, I am human lord.
It's gonna be real great unless Ariazis does like guidance or something.
I was gonna suggest maybe, the druid who still has wild shapes into an eagle, and we toss him on his back and he just flies really quick.
Let me check my notes because yes, I think he is the
Well-
one that still has a wild shape.
No, but I think we have to do this alter self thing. This is in character. Because we have to be able to tell, like, people are going to say, why did he go somewhere? Like, there needs to be an excuse. We have to give him an excuse that he's going out for a hunt, or he has to go out and, finish a mission that Lord Porter sent him on, but he'll be back.
You're the one with the ring.
The note, remember the note? He has to go because he knows where Sal is, remember?
Might as well lean into the lie that already exists.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
We did have him write a letter.
Okay, so but we still need somebody to say that, and I don't trust Aldernon to say that when we walk out of here.
But you
Right,
definitely
yeah.
trust the one with -2 charisma to say it.
Yeah, that is bad.
Again.
I am human mage.
Right. Hello, fellow humans.
Hello, my
human
fellow
fellas.
humans.
Just like
Ramum Jader, you're the one with the ring.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could do that, but he's got to be there with us, or
Right.
somebody does.
Yeah, so as long as Qatar doesn't have to do too much talking, just be like, yep,
Okay. And in the meantime, can somebody else sneak Aldernon out like a window?
out a window.
Well, we came in sneakily. Can't somebody go out that way?
Dritz could, but
If anyone could do it, it would be Drizzt.
right.
Drizz! Buddy!
Yes, fine. Drizzt, like, picks
sake of
Algernon up
world.
and, like, throws him over one shoulder, like, that's like the third time in 5 years, going for a hot streak.
You gotta keep it up, otherwise
Otherwise you lose all your cred.
you lose the knack. You no longer remember how to do it, so
Is it really a skill he needs to like hoist the body over your shoulder? Just wondering.
Okay, so let's meet outside of the city and we'll regroup and then head back.
Drizzt says he will meet you at the last place you set up camp, which is a good half a day away from the fortress.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Yes, so Qatar is going to cast Alter Self on himself, and he looks like Aldernon Weil.
Thanks, I hate it!
Yep,
I'll roll stealth for Drizzt, which is, I think his mod is, like, it's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's stupid. It's like plus 15 or some shit like that.
Of course it is, yeah. Yeah, that's fine, that's great.
Also, You should not talk if we have any chance to avoid it.
Ariazis is gonna like put both hands on either side of Guitar's face and be like, "Don't be an idiot.
Too late.
Don't be an idiot, or I'll make you into a sandwich." Into a
Just let me
sandwich.
do the talking. I'm a lord. I'm used to this. This is pretty normal for me.
Also,
Guitar
I don't
just
think
nods.
that I don't think that he would talk to, lesser people if he didn't have to. It kind of is a stylistic choice.
Guitar nods.
So Drist sneaks out the back, and as he rolled a 23, he's fine. Don't worry about Drist. He can literally do whatever the fuck he wants.
I know, goddamn.
The rest of you tried to leave out the front. And as you are due, a page boy stumbles up to you, literally as you are less than 20 feet away from the gate. And he says, "Oh, Mr. Weil, do you have a moment? We need some things. You have to sign some letters."
I turn around in like a very impressive display and like throw my cloak back so they look very shiny.
The page boy is very impressed.
This is my life goal.
Right.
And I go, "Excuse me, son. Lord Weil doesn't have time to speak to underlings such as yourself. Surely you can wait. You're on a very important mission."
Hello there.
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Turn around.
The little page boy says, "An important mission, but he said he specifically said that he wanted to sign these before he left for the."
Turn around.
That was before you heard the news, son.
Ariazis turns around.
Why does
news.
Ariazis turn around?
Because something seems to be wanting that to happen.
For those of you who don't know, which is all of you, Bashaba has access to our Discord server. She has ever since she shattered the veil and saw onto the other side. And she is, yeah. So when you turn around, Ariazis, you see Bashaba standing about 20 feet away from you. Her hands are folded demurely in front of her. The page boy does not seem to notice. Neither does anyone else crisscrossing the courtyard. In fact, neither do your friends. You're the only one who turned around.
She's gonna reach for whoever's closer, like, guys.
But the page boy is still stammering. Mr. Weil specifically said that he wanted to send these before he left.
Been a while.
Uh,
How have you been?
yeah.
So
Okay.
Wayne turns around.
Okay.
Why did Selwyn turn around? Did she turn around because of
Because
Ariazi?
Ariazis.
Yeah, she's like tapping, like, guys.
You turn, Selwyn turns around and yep, Bashaba is standing right there. No one has seemed to notice her.
Not going to answer me?
She is smiling, however.
I don't like that,
I
says
don't like that
Ariazis.
either.
Why are you smiling?
They can't see me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We should go.
We should go.
Uh-huh.
And then
Don't try to back out now.
I feel like Ariazis like tries to kick her dad and Ember, like, guys, turn.
We haven't even gotten to the fun part yet.
Okay, I turn around. I'm like, I go, "Excuse me, son." Something important, apparently.
So Ember, you did see Bashaba once before. She looks different than the last time you saw her. She looks a little twitchier, a little more manic. Her hands are clasped in front of her, but her fingers are twitching even as they grip each other.
Excellent.
What?
I growl and drop my hand to my sword.
The page boy says, "Sir?"
We should take
Yeah.
this outside.
Yeah.
But the Lord Weil said that
We'll be
It
back.
will wait.
We'll be back, son.
right.
And I
Guitar-
stride out.
or while in quotes, yeah, is like, I will return. And then yeah.
as you head out toward the gates, Bashaba flickers. She vanishes from where she had been standing and abruptly appears in front of you before you can egress.
I take a short step back, like, because presumably she's up in our personal space.
Right.
She is standing right in front of you.
Excellent.
Oh, fun part. This is all fun for you, I assume.
Oh yes,
Hmm.
very much so.
I thought as much.
I'm just curious. How are you knowing what to say?
Yes.
Was that Ariazis?
I need you to clarify who is saying what. This is very, very important for plot reasons.
Yeah, so far it's been Ariazis talking, so.
Okay, so why has Ariazis been saying things?
Why has she been saying things?
Mhm.
Oh, that's right, okay.
Bashaba has not said
Um,
a word. At least not that Ariazis can see.
Right. Okay, because she feels like she can't see the words, but she feels like I guess nobody else can hear her.
Or
Like
like,
she's
okay,
just talking to the wind.
Bashaba literally appeared in front of us after we turned to move, so like Ariazis is going to probably say something, right?
Yes,
Right, but
she's-
now-
she specifically referenced fun.
Right, exactly.
She
So
has-
now
yeah,
it looks like
Made
she's
explicit
talking.
references to things she has not said out loud.
So now it looks like Ariazis is talking to nobody, just like or answering unheard questions like Vishava was before.
So many hoops to jump through.
For character reasons, I want to say that she doesn't really know why. She just has this feeling.
Yep.
Yeah,
I,
we'll just give her a feeling.
Like, that's fine, but I want Ariazis to be aware that that feeling comes from somewhere. And she can't
Right.
immediately explain why, which is a little
Yeah.
ominous.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
you can-
That's
you
what I
can do
want.
it.
Yeah,
Like
she
I
can't
said-
explain where the feeling is.
However you want to do it, just be internally consistent is all it's
Okay.
the only request that I have. Wouldn't it be so much easier to just say the truth?
I guess our eyes is gonna like turn to everybody else. Like, can anyone else get the feeling she's talking? Is she
Sal
talking?
is
Can you hear me?
Sal is terrified. Like, he has not heard anything. What are you talking about?
No.
Just tell them the truth, Kay.
None of you heard her say anything.
Just tell her what she is. Tell her that nothing matters.
No. She's just standing there. Ember like steps up again and is like, "What do you want, witch?"
Tell them all none of this is real. She doesn't say anything.
I'm just gonna try to walk past her.
Okay.
You want to be clear, you want to walk past Bishaba, the goddess of bad luck and misfortune?
Yep.
Oh boy, Ember.
Oh god.
Okay. Make a wisdom saving throw, Ember.
Oh boy.
Excellent.
That's a thing that he's good at.
Uh-huh.
I'm actually not
But it's-
terrible at it.
That's true.
Ember's also good at just doing things without,
Well, not
consequences.
that time. That wasn't great.
She has cast Hold Person on you.
Oh,
Oh
great.
boy.
Oh good.
She keeps you exactly where you are, and she still has not said anything. And you can tell, like, the nature of magic in this universe is that she has to. There's like a verbal and somatic component. You can see she has cast a spell on him. She has clearly cast Hold Person.
Ember?
So I
Okay.
think it's pretty clear that he can't say or move.
Well, we can't just leave her here. We have to
How long are you going to keep this up?
get her to talk to us, since nobody else heard her.
I can't do anything, or I would.
Right,
Yeah.
because you're held.
Is the lie so important to you?
All that Selwyn could do is try to spell magic.
Ignoring me now? I'm hurt. Was it something I said?
Okay, this is Kay talking now. We would never ignore you, Vishava. How could you think that? Also, we literally can't.
They're trying so hard. And so are you. Is Selwyn going to cast Dispel Magic? But for what?
Yeah.
Answer me, girls. All right. What level spell are you using?
4.
A 4th level spell?
Uh-huh.
All right. You successfully dispel the magic. Bishaba's face contorts, but she doesn't say anything. At least not to Selwyn Ariazis at all.
Okay, so I'm free.
Yeah.
Yep,
free.
you
Okay,
can
good.
move now, although it
Okay.
still seems like a not great idea to just try to walk past the goddess standing directly in front of you. But hey, what do I
Right.
know?
I don't like when people ignore me.
It's rude, frankly.
Very rude.
To be clear, if you want to answer her, you can just speak it, although you don't have to, if you don't want to. You seem to be keeping up a very hot streak of not talking to her.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you fighting so hard? To keep them from being hurt? They're going to be hurt either way.
So, yeah, me as Kay is, I guess I'll answer not so much that they'll be hurt as it's a lot. It's kind of something they probably can't process or understand.
If you don't tell them, I will. I'll tell them that everything they know is nothing.
I mean, who do you think they're gonna believe?
They already think you're crazy.
They won't believe me. You're right. They would, however, believe you. Tell them or I will kill them.
Oh, is that how it's going to be then?
Yes.
To be clear, while you guys have been talking to Bishaba, there has just been this long, protracted stretch of silence, and it is now getting a little uncomfortable. Like, not just for the usual reasons, because, you know, there's a horrible evil goddess staring you down, but also because, like, now it's just getting awkward.
Right.
Now everybody's just standing around twiddling their thumbs, but they're not even twiddling their thumbs.
The
because
page
we're not
boy is even
going.
like, oh, why are you? What's going on? I don't understand.
Run away now, right now, boy.
He doesn't know why, but he feels compelled to obey you. He runs.
Smart kid.
She's not talking, however, so...
They should know, don't you think? The truth? The ultimate truth of what this world is? Or rather, isn't?
Why do you think it's so important for them to know the truth?
Because I have had to live with it for years! Why should I be alone in my agony?
Mm-hmm.
So?
That seems like a you problem.
Bishaba casts Circle of Death.
Fucks.
Everyone roll initiative.
Oh, God.
I tell you,
No.
I'm kind of interested to see you play. Like, we want to play chicken here. Like, you're gonna actually kill them? Because what's that gonna do?
Exactly. Why does it matter? Why do you persist?
Okay, but what if we just stop playing? What happens to you? This is all a game.
What happens if you stop playing? I am released. This nightmare ends. For me. For you. For everyone. A smart idea, frankly. And why shouldn't you? Nothing here matters. Nothing here is real. Just let it end. Release me from this hell.
Okay, so we could just stop.
It's an interesting idea, listening to her. Since she's already cast Circle of Death!
Yep, she sure has.
I'm 100% serious. I'm gonna play chicken.
Okay. That's also an option.
So Circle of Death, I need all of you to make a Constitution saving throw. Cool, you all failed.
Yep, of course.
You all take 32 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Do you want more time, or should we go into initiative order?
Need more time.
Okay. No rush. I have been building up to this for fucking years, y'all. Take your time.
Well,
Okay.
you may not like the answer here.
Yeah,
You might hate this.
It's 2 against 1 right now, and
Well, 1.5.
I mean, it's interesting. You'd kind of be proving her right, wouldn't you? If you
Yeah, but this way,
if you stopped, she's right. It doesn't matter. Her thesis
Yeah.
so far, and in fact, the thesis I've been trying to drive home all along, is that things don't matter. Lives don't matter.
yeah, I was like, I will reluctantly agree if you both of you are just like, yeah, okay.
I mean,
Be sad about it, but
I don't know how sold I am anymore.
What's the alternative?
I literally have no clue.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
You could tell them.
she said, yeah, exactly. She said, like, if we don't tell them, then she'll kill them. She's already cast Circle of Death, so it's like she's threatening the characters.
I also have no idea, literally no idea how Selwyn will react. I've been trying to think on that for months now.
It's a
And I
heavy,
got
it's a
nothing.
heavy question.
I've 100% told you. The 100% answer for me is this: if you tell people that their existence is a game and that their life is nothing and they have no choices whatsoever, they will go insane. That's it. I'm not telling. I'm sorry. It's straight up not happening. If you told me that I was a creature in a game and I had no free will, I would go insane.
Well, let me pose this question. Would you go insane because you feel like you no longer had meaning in your life?
I would go insane because there's no control. Nothing you do matters.
Ah, there's the crux of it, isn't it? Does the absence of choice mean that a thing does not have meaning?
Yes.
That's the answer for
Like-
for Amber, yeah. But I'm
Well,
not like 100%
Life
convinced.
is about choice. If you don't have choice, there's no point.
Well, their characters and stories don't have choices, but we still find meaning in novels.
True.
Because they're not sentient beings. If your entire existence is just to carry out a rote play that you have no point or purpose in, what's the point of doing anything?
That's
A
the thing,
question
is that, like,
interestingly asked.
Well,
it
but
is
again,
an interesting
and
question.
that's the answer I'm going to tell you right now. That if I tell my characters that, they will no longer exist. They will be dead.
They will be just die on the spot.
Like, I'm serious, but they're not going to be people anymore, and there's no point in playing them.
That's why I'm, like, so torn, though, because I'm like, I don't want... I disagree, basically.
You find meaning in characters' actions because they're avatars for yourself. It's
I do. I would not, were I not someone with free will.
Yeah, but if I were in a game, I would definitely want someone to at least tell me that, so I'm not, like, living out a fucking lie.
Nope, see, I disagree. I would 100%.
Exactly, that's where I disagree. You're like, oh, I have no free will. And I was like, yeah, at least I know, though.
yeah, I feel like
It doesn't make a difference.
Kay is the only one who would want to know she's in the Matrix.
Right, exactly.
Well, no, there's only a difference if... The only way that it matters to know that you're a Matrix is if you can escape it. If you can't escape it, there's no point. If you can, then you can do something. Then you do have free will.
You know what? I just find comfort in knowing. Even if I can't do anything about it, at least I know.
So I guess you guys can do what you want, but...
Yeah, that's the
my-
thing. So we're divided.
That's my
But
philosophical take.
yeah, I think that Ember is
So,
pretty
you go for it.
sold on this.
You can also, like, if you want, if you think you can get a way to yeet yourselves out of here, that is the difficult but not impossible third option.
Right. I mean, if you want to, like, physically remove them, like, Qatar still has plane shift. But other than that, I mean, I'm not 100%. If both of you are like, yeah, I really want to call it quits, I'll be like, I guess that's fine, but
I mean, I'm
really...
it doesn't solve the issue.
Right. I mean, we could play
But I've
Vampire the
got
Masquerade
nothing.
sooner, though. Anyway, back to the question at hand. If you want to yeet them out, literally yeet them, then Qatar can plane shift. Otherwise...
I think this is really a question for you two at this point, because I think I've made myself pretty clear. So
Yeah.
just what you want to do.
We've
What do you think,
established
Val?
I've got no fucking clue. Like, no clue. I mean,
Yeah, I don't want to prove
so Wayne
her
would
right.
be having an existential crisis right now in the second of, do I take the Night Staff out? Do I call the Raven Queen? What do I do?
To be clear, in terms of the game itself, we are in bullet time until you say so.
Right.
I'm giving you as much time to, because, like, this is the core question of the campaign that I've been
Right.
getting at.
Right.
It kind of feels like we put you in a tight spot.
Me.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, like Amber and I versus Val.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty diametrically opposed, and I'm stuck
Right.
in the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
Such is life.
Right?
General
Art-
existence.
Art
Yeah,
reflects
yeah,
life.
I guess, like, some of us could tell the characters.
Story-wise, probably Selwyn, but that means I have to think of how to word shit.
I say at least we tell Selwyn and Ariazis, or at least try to.
Does it have to be both, or just Selwyn?
It doesn't have to be both. I mean, either or and one
Like-
or the other, both.
Like, theoretically, you have complete control over your characters. What would happen if, for instance, Selwyn, without understanding how she said it, suddenly said, "Nothing is real, everything is a game, nothing is real"? Would Amber specifically leave the game, or would Amber, the character, just not believe her?
I mean, like, they've already
I've-
pretty much established that they think that Selwyn is being controlled by Val or manipulated by Val, so
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I just wouldn't believe her.
that's why I think that Selwyn might be the safest person to tell.
Yeah, okay. If you want to do that, that's fine. Just how are you going to do that?
That's the rub.
Knock, knock. Hey, Selwyn, it's me, Kay. You don't know me yet, but...
Boy, are you about to.
It's not real.
Does that mean it's devoid of meaning? Let's debate the philosophy of meaning versus choice. I didn't think of this song through.
Right, exactly. I'm just imagining people doing like the can like da da da.
Bohemian Rhapsody playing in my head.
There we go.
Is this the
Sing it.
real life? Is this just fantasy? Ah, fantasy, right? Because it's Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh.
Remember before Ariazzi's was just talking to fucking nothing, so maybe
Yeah.
Val could back her up a little.
Okay. So, Wayne, the Shaba is not crazy. I mean, she is crazy, but not in the way you think she is. And so Wayne just kind of startles and starts looking around for this new voice. This is not something that she's used to. I know you're panicking, but this is a complicated situation. She is right about the other world, and we created you. What do you mean? Who the hell are you?
Bashaba smiles viciously, and then she vanishes.
Ariazzi's puts a hand on Selwyn and is like, what's going on?
Someone is like, hey, quick question, what the fuck was that?
I have no idea. I don't know what that was.
Oh, good. Great.
She's gone now? What did you do?
I don't know. But we need to get out of here.
We should go. Yeah, we should definitely go.
Uh-huh.
Okay. We need to leave right now.
Salvador takes off in a sprint through the snow. At this point, no one is watching you. It seemed like you were the only ones who saw Bashaba and felt a very painful sting of this circle of death, which you can still feel lingering under your skin, by the way.
Mm.
Awesome.
But you all sprint your way away from the fortress. You eventually make it back to the camp. Drist has set Aldernon Weil on his side in the snow, in front of a fire, so not totally heartless. But still, definitely tied up and gagged. And Drist seems kind of relieved when you arrive. He's like, oh, thank goodness. I think he was going to start thinking this was some sort of weird sex thing.
Why would you think that?
I mean, you have been a while, and, he's just been sort of staring at me this whole time, just kind of tied up at my... Listen, it's not a sex thing. I want to be clear. He looks at Wiles like, it's not a sex thing. I really was waiting for them. Don't give me that judgmental look, Weil!
You'll forgive the delay. We were held up by a crazy silent goddess.
Oh, fun. How'd that go?
Somewhat silent.
Horribly.
Yeah, horribly. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So I'm glad we have a consensus on how it went.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened. I heard someone in my head.
So you wanna talk about that at all? Or nah?
Ariazzi's gonna be like, what did you hear?
They said they were Val.
Oh, good. The one that we suspect of... Yeah, cool. Good.
What did they say?
They said that Shaba was right about that other world. That she'd created me.
Who?
Val.
Like a god? Like she's a god?
I don't know.
Ariazzi's is gonna start pacing and be like, it's like before. I got this feeling that she kept, when you guys said you didn't hear it, she kept saying nothing is real. It doesn't matter.
What?
I don't like this.
Why are only some of us hearing things or experiencing things, but the rest of us are not.
Well, it's just Val. And it's just Selwyn.
It seems like Ariazes might be experiencing a little something too, if I hear you correctly, Ariazes.
It felt like she was talking, but none of you said she was. Bishaba.
Okay, yeah, that's a little weird.
Ugh. Just a little, yeah. But she's gone now.
So far as we can tell.
Yeah. And we still have Aldernon Weil with us. Yeah.
Shut up.
Good.
No. You are all taking your much-awaited long rest.
Thank God.
I love the reaction to that. You are all taking your much-awaited long rest. And who is sitting watch? Let's say we're on second watch now.
I feel like nobody's gonna trust Selwyn to do any watches after
Right,
that.
exactly.
I will have taken one of the watches at least for sure.
Drist can take one watch, although...
Let's have Ariazes then.
Ariazes?
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone else is asleep, or like varying degrees of asleep, because, boy, that sure was a thing that happened.
Right.
Clearly something is very, very wrong with Val. Or at least with Selwyn. Or with Val and Selwyn. Who knows? Ariazes, you are sitting on a small rock that is just barely peeking out through the snow-swept mountainside. It is your watch. Go ahead and roll perception just so we get an idea of how close attention you are paying. Because, in your defense, you have been very distracted lately. Your girlfriend might be going crazy. Either that or she's totally right.
Okay.
And either way,
Perception.
either one of those are completely terrifying. So you're not paying a whole lot of attention.
Right.
So when you hear a voice behind you, very soft, and sort of reticent, it takes you a little bit by surprise. Ariazes.
She immediately tenses and flips her, looks around where are you?
Shemeshka, the Arcanoloth, is standing right behind you. She is bundled up against the wind, looking very, very reluctant, looking like she does not want to be here. She says, I reluctantly admit that I might need your help.
Oh, this is rich. You need my help after everything you did.
Yes.
Also, you're still alive. That's, of course you are.
I've come here to make a bargain with you. I have a pretty good idea of how badly you want to kill me. She is trying to keep her voice low to not alert the others in the camp yet.
Mm-hmm.
And, has Ariaz hasn't started shouting yet, so presumably for now, at least she's playing along.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I have a bargain.
Yes, you always do.
She says, I will release your twinky little cleric thing if, in return... She takes a really, really deep breath. Like, whatever she's about to say, she really doesn't want to say it. If, in turn, you give me safe harbor when I turn coat against Bishaba.
Ooh.
Ariazes, it feels like... we know there's 1,000 things she wants to say, and she just sort of taps at the scar on her throat, while she's thinking,
Yeah, Shemeshka doesn't miss that. She sees that.
Let's just get this clear. I hate you, and
Hate's a bit of a strong word, but go on.
yeah, I always will hate you.
It's dramatic, but okay.
But despite everything, I do really like the fact that you really, really hate to be asking for my help. I really, really love that. And that is something that Ember wants and that we are working for. I hate making deals with you. But
out of character, this would be the time to ask for the moon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You have the power here.
Right. She's like, okay, if I do this, you have to promise to get us all the help that you can offer, whether it's through connections, whether it's you yourself.
You know I lie a lot, right?
I 100% know that, yes.
In that case, absolutely all the help I can possibly offer. You have my word.
You know, two people can lie.
Ariazi's like, bares her teeth, like, I feel like I'm not getting anything out of this, though. I'm just, protecting you? Like, okay.
I have information.
Yeah, you always do. It's nice for Ember to get his husband back, but it's not.
I know how many troops she has. I know where they'll come from. I know how they're going to move.
And yet, you still collared Escher.
Back then, I didn't understand the... She sort of sighs. I have seen the full breadth of her plan, and I have challenges maintaining loyalty to it.
I foresee you will also have challenges maintaining loyalty to, what you say you'll do. Who says that after you supposedly let Escher free, that you don't just immediately attack us?
He says, well, because I'd rather not let Bishaba's army win, and right now it seems like you're the only one who has a decent shot at making sure it doesn't. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you're not careful after the battle, I will probably stab you in the throat a second time just to make it clear how much I hate you too.
Oh yeah, I got that the first.
But you know me, Ari, she says, and gets real close. You know exactly how I would betray you. You have that going against me.
She bites her tongue real hard when she hears Ari. She's like, I hate it when you call me that.
I know.
But you are also right. I do know you, slimy and bastardous as you are.
I'll take that as a compliment.
You would.
Offer me harbor, offer me protection, and I will tell you everything I know. I'll release that stupid cleric, I'll tell you all about her armies, and I'll tell you all about... She sort of hesitates. What I saw through the veil.
Now that is an intriguing proposition.
Hey friends, it's your favorite DM, Tessa Crowley. Thanks for listening. If you can't wait for the next episode, good news! You can join our Discord server to listen to episodes in pre-release, chat with me and the other failers, and even listen live to episodes as we record them. Check it out at bit.ly/cfcdiscord. You can get information on the characters, players, and links to social media on our website, critfailclub.com. Crit Fail Club doesn't advertise at all. We rely entirely on word of mouth. So if you like our show, share it with a friend or on social media. We can't do it without you. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.
I mean, we could play
But I've
Vampire the
got
Masquerade
nothing.
sooner, though.
We could play the Dragon Age Inquisition tabletop game.
Oh my
sooner.
god, we could! That would be amazing.
Literally, the second I found out that tabletop game existed, I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna make Dragon Age 4. Like, I'll just make the Dreadwolf Rises.
Right, exactly.
I'll just make it
It'll
into a
be all I
tabletop game.
But I need to play Inquisition first.
Hurry up, bitch.
Well, it's not my fault that Origins is extremely boring. I don't like anything except the characters. The plot is not
And-
interesting.
And glitchy. Don't forget glitchy.
Well, I don't care about the glitchy. It's just...
It crashes
White
every
people-
fucking 20 minutes.
It hasn't crashed, so I don't know what you're talking about. It's just white people in church, and I hate that. Religious white people, it's terrible.
Mood.